Welcome back to Successful Farming. I'm Ryan Rusink with Tractor Zoom, and today we're at the Kinzenbaw collection.
This tractor is 505, and I found it up in Michigan. And some of the interesting things about it, if you look at the seat cushion, you'll notice that it's a canvas seat cushion. It is pop riveted.
Oh, I see that now.
To the pan, and the same way with the H over there. That was the way they did those.
Huh.
Very rigid suspension on the seat and so on. This tractor did not have a hydraulic pump, nor did it have the headlights. It had electric start, but it did not have the lights and all of the other, a lot of the other accessories.
Mm-hmm.
The round radiator cap signifies that it was a non-pressurized cooling system. The old H over there is the same way, whereas this one has the pressurized cap. So there's just a lot of subtle changes. This particular one has a ground wire on the magneto, so it doesn't have the pull cable like some of the other ones had. So there are a lot of little subtle changes on them that I recognize that the average person wouldn't notice.
Right. How much did the Farmall M, I guess the M and the H, I know the H was a lot of incremental changes, just little stuff here and there, just harvester showing a process of continuous improvement. I presume the same with the M?
M Farmall did the same thing. In fact, the M Farmall was the one that had the torque amplifier, they call it. It was a high-low range that gave it live power takeoff, and it had live hydraulics, and there were quite a few changes in that 54, only built for 1 year.
Yep.
And then it went to another model, which was never quite as important, in my opinion, as the 54M TA.
Oh, no. Mm-hmm. And then we've got a 560 now. Is this an early or a late?
This is an early 560. It is 502. It's my understanding that the 560s, well, I know that they were built in 58 to be introduced in 59. So if you look at the casting numbers on this, you would find that it is all built in 58 leading up to the 59 introduction. And the first one, 501, is a diesel, and I happen to have 502, which is a gas.
Okay.
So that's the difference. Now, it's got a standard drawbar on it, and again, there are little changes. They had fast hitch, we called it, was popular on the 560s and a lot of those other models, but this one came from up in Michigan, and it was in pretty tough shape when I found it. So we took a donor tractor and found a lot of the parts that we needed to make it complete, but I was careful to use the casting dates and numbers so that it stayed.
So it's still period correct?
Yeah.
Ah, nice.
Yep.
So does this one have the diamond on the serial or on the tag showing that the rear end was done?
I don't know that it has. I don't know about that. I did several of those rear ends. They had a problem with the Farmall was that they were growing in horsepower, and they got ahead of themselves on the differential and the rear end, and their bearings weren't strong enough for one thing, and the rear axles. And I know I got in on some of those updates, not only when I worked at a dealership in 1963, but I also got in on some of them when I went into business, 65, 66.
Oh, okay.
So we used to do a lot of the updates and repairs on those.
Okay. They sure were a handsome tractor, though.
Yeah, they were another sharp addition. If you look at the old Farmall H's and M's, they were all solid color. In fact, even the front rims were red like the wheel centers.
Mm-hmm.
Then they started painting the silver on those. They added the two-tone when they went to the 400, which was in between the M and the 560.
Yep.
400 and the 450 had white added to it, and they changed in the grills and some of that. The other interesting thing that I've collected up there on the east wall, there are a lot of hoods, grills, or what do you want to call them, that fit M Farmalls. And I had a habit of going to a sale, and if I'd see a decent sheet metal, they were hard to find, nice straight sheet metal, so I'd buy one and I'd bring it back. And a few years ago we discovered I had a lot of them stashed in different places in the buildings. So we pulled them all out and had them all restored back so they look like they're brand new.
Yeah.
And I always tell people, you can look, but they're not for sale.